Hey guys, it's me. Alright, so you know what I really, 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 really hate? How in our entire lives trans people have to struggle to have their identities validated and to be taken seriously. And I really, really hate it when that same invalidation comes from within the queer community. Because you'd think that if there's anyone who would understand it, if there's anyone who would respect trans people, it would be other queer people. You know, the acronym is LGBT, right? In the words of my favorite Scottish YouTuber, we're meant to stand together, we're meant to fight together. Sorry. Oh, that was probably horrible. But, yeah, and so, but it's ridiculous. Why, within the queer community, is there this invalidation of identity and this lack of understanding and this lack of respect? It's ridiculous. And if you're wondering where this came from, I was just talking to a friend of mine, he's gay, on Facebook, and I was worried about coming out to my family and how that was going to work out. And he was like, "Oh, well, just give it a month, you'll be calling yourself something different anyway." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, that sounds like something my parents would say, And I mean, maybe he meant it differently than I thought he did, but to me it sounded like, "Oh, well, you just are some wishy-washy person who just cycles through identities, and so, like, no one needs to take you seriously because next month it'll just be something else, right? It won't be trans, I'll be polyamorous or something, like it's just a phase." And it's fucking ridiculous, I'm sure people told him the same thing when he came out. That oh, it was just some phase, that he was just into this right now, and next month it'd be something different. And so why in the world would he say that to another queer person who's trying to come to grips with their identity and trying to find a way to live their life to the fullest and just trying to navigate the difficulties that comes along with being queer? And just completely just like shoot it to hell. Oh, man, maybe I'm overreacting, but it just pisses me off because this happens all the time in the queer community. People think that just because they're not trans doesn't that they don't have to respect or understand or acknowledge trans people. It's bullshit. It really is. Ugh, but and it sucks because my next YouTube video was gonna be something about something really exciting, this thing that just happened to me. But now I'm all pissed off. But okay. Anyway, alright. So the angry part of this video is over now. So, but what I wanted to tell you guys. Alright, so I got a new haircut. I look wonderfully butch now. But I need color, and I was wondering if you guys had any recommendations on what color I should dye my hair. Like any color at all. Blue, neon, yellow, I don't care, just any color. But this past week, I was at this camp in Columbus called the Creative Strings Workshop, right? Because if you don't know, again, I'm a violist. And it's all about learning different styles of music, different traditions of music other than just classical. And so I was really excited about this to begin with, but I did not even foresee how much of a life-changing fucking experience it would be. Because, so it started off, I went there, again, not out, and I really wanted to be out there, but the thing is, I didn't know, since this wasn't a queer crowd, I didn't know how they would be. I had never met, like, jazz people or anything before, and I didn't know how they would be into the whole, queer thing. And so basically for my own safety, I was in the closet there, as I still am, and at home. But I did not even foresee how much this would change my life, because, like, I realized that up until now, I've been in this little classical music bubble, like this big, and that camp just kind of cracked it open, and there's a whole other world. There's so many things that I can do with my instrument, and that my instrument itself can do, that I never even knew about or thought of, and it's amazing, and there's so many great other styles of music I can play, so many things I can be and do, and I'm just really excited about playing music now. And I thought that I would be really stressed out being there, not being out. And I was. I mean, I definitely Like, there were a couple mornings where I didn't want to go out of the dorm room, and I'm like, fuck, man, hello, dysphoria. But I was surrounded by world-class musicians, and I'm not even joking, world-class musicians, um, at this camp. Some of the best music I've ever heard in my life, and so much talent and skill. I was really humbled. Yeah, and it was just a totally, completely different world that was opened up to me, and I didn't know anything about it until now. Um, so now I'm trying to really figure out what direction I want to go musically. But it was kind of cool, being in the closet and being there, because most of the time I wasn't thinking about queerness at all. I spent a lot of my time thinking about gender and queerness and transness and everything, but this was a whole week when I was just surrounded by just beautiful, beautiful, amazing music. And I didn't need to think about queerness at all. It wasn't about being queer, it was about being a person. Which I really enjoyed, it made me think that there might be a life beyond queerness. Who would have thought? But yeah, I'm just so freaking expired. Whew, wow, it's late. I'm just so freaking inspired by that camp. Um, and yeah, like I'm improvising now. I'm learning about jazz. I'm taking, like lessons online with this jazz violinist up in Columbus. And it's fantastic. And so I'm hoping to put some of my music, actually, as I start authoring things, onto this channel as well, so that it might be a dual kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like, and I feel like, since I'm kind of learning more, I guess, commercial, accessible music, I really wanted to find a way to combine my music and my activism. And I feel like I'm one step closer to doing that. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen with that. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. You should tell me what hair color would be good for me. So, yep. All right. I'm sorry this is a little sparse. It's late, early, whatever. Okay, so bye everybody.